Welcome to Ask Sid, the official podcast for Sydenham Clinic, a clinic where luxury meets medicine. We are on a quest for longevity. And I am so thrilled to be your host on this show. My name is Izzy Zapata. I am the founder and CEO of Sydenham Clinic and the author of Your Doctor Is Not God and How to Be the CEO of Your Health. I look forward to taking this journey with all of you and having amazing thought leaders, guests, and members of our Sydenham team answering questions that you put forward. And I urge you, and I hope you will, ask Sid more questions on longevity, wellness, living to your highest potential. We are all trying to be the best versions of ourselves. And our physical, emotional, and mental health is foundational for us to achieve health and success in other realms of our life. So welcome to Ask Sid. Welcome back to Ask Sid. And today's episode is different from all other episodes we've done. It's a super special episode. And I'm so honored to be chosen by American Heart Association and nominated as a Woman of Impact to create awareness about heart health, and especially heart health in women. And because of this journey, I met a very interesting person in Houston who's also a local celebrity. And we have him as a guest on our show. And you're going to see how he was looking for a place where he could be proactive about his own health, because he decided in 2025 he's going to be the CEO of your health. But ladies, I know he's a heartthrob for quite a few celebrities. This is no one other than Izzy Zapata from the show Love is Blind. And you have done like another reality TV show on dating. What was that?
That one was Perfect Match.
A perfect match. Well, I know you're a perfect match to many hearts, but you've broken a few hearts and your heart's been broken a few times.
Oh, definitely
so
has.
Heart health is important for you.
It is. I've had my heart broken a few times on these shows, so I can definitely use some heart healing myself.
Yeah, but on a serious note, it is the number one killer.
Yeah, that's what I found out, and it's crazy.
For women especially.
That, 1 of 3 women lose their lives to it every year, and but it's one thing I've learned: 80% of the cases are preventative.
Yeah.
So, and that's, I think, what's amazing about Sydenham
Especially
Clinic.
now in 2025 with AI and all these cool tests that we do, like it is preventable.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy is that after like learning these facts, I don't think a lot of people really do anything to get ahead of it. I don't think it's like, one of those this can never happen to me scenarios, and I think that's what's great about Sydenham Clinic is that here you can come and get ahead of the game and as far as your health, and that's like a reason why I love this clinic. So after the shows, my father passed of colon cancer, and I know when it runs in your family, you have to as a male, you have to kind of get ahead of it, you know what I mean? So I never had any idea of wanting to go in and kind of get a background on everything to prevent it, because I do know you have to go get checked for that like at a really young age if it runs in your family. So 2025, I just want to come in and be my best self, and yeah.
I'm so sorry about your father.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
Yes, colon cancer especially is on the rise, and now they're realizing the importance of gut health and gut microbiome, and the importance of gut bacteria that lives in the colon, and there's a whole new spotlight that they view cancer from, like on the base of inflammation, and you're really at the right place at the right time. And I know you're only 33, like you're super young, and that's what, I mean, we have a lot of young members. We have young lawyers, CEOs, people who want to be proactive and say, look, I just want to be the best version of me, and it looks like Izzy wants to be the best version of himself.
Most definitely.
And I know you're very open about
absolutely.
your life. And I wanted to go a little deep into some of the things that you have spoken openly about, because at Sydenham, we have 7 pillars of health. While we focus on genomics, nutrition, gut health, hormones, sleep, we really value psychology and physiology a lot. And I know you work out. You're very fit, so physiology is important for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if we can dive deep a little bit on the psychology or the mental health side.
Yeah, I mean, starting, with childhood, obviously having like childhood traumas, I had never experienced depression before until I think the first time I was like 17 years old, and I mean, it hit me like a train, and it's just something I've dealt with, pretty much since then with depression and, the ADHD, really bad anxiety, and having to take medications, having to find the right medication. So I'm huge on therapy, but also medication. I've definitely needed it myself, and that's something I struggle with from time to time. And I hit a really like a breaking point in my life to where I became like an alcoholic, and so I hit rock bottom at a point, and I needed help. I cut alcohol cold turkey, and when I did that, my body just went into shock, and it was tough because I wasn't relying on medication at the time. I wasn't educated on how my body was going to react, and so when I did, I mean, I had the physical withdrawals and then the mental, spiraling. And I knew I needed help. I tried to handle it all on my own, and I was trying to get to see a doctor, and I could not find anywhere local because I didn't have like a primary doctor here in Houston, and I was on the verge of suicide. Literally the day of, I tried to get into because there was no doctors available or any offices I can go into, and I did an online visit, and finally I went and paid so much money to see someone quick, and just for her to tell me, she's like, there's nothing I can do for you, like you need to pretty much go like check yourself in somewhere because I can't prescribe you anything or help you with anything. She didn't really give me much advice, and so like since then I'm huge on just focusing on my mental health, taking the right medications that I need to take when needed, and also seeing a therapist. So that's been pretty intense for me, and that's something I'm still like dealing with on a day-to-day basis. It's gotten a lot better, but I will say the last 3 months of 2024 were like the worst months of my life due to my mental health. So
I am so sorry that
I
you had to
appreciate
go
that.
through this, but I also applaud you. You're brave.
Thank you.
I think acceptance is the first step. And like the fact that you have so much insight and acceptance and that you're reaching out, like I applaud you for that.
Thank
Kudos
you.
for that. And I'm really looking forward to your journey here at Sydenham. And you will see like Sydenham becomes an extension of your family. We are that good old family physician kind of environment where the whole team becomes an extension of your family, and that's what health is. Like health is a lifestyle now. But
I think
I'm
that's
so
nice, and I'm
sorry that
excited
you went
for.
through this.
No, yeah, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. No, but I also think that's what I love. As I'm obviously just starting out with you all, it does feel like home, and it's organic, and it's more personalized. I mean, I think I've had a lot of experiences where I go see a doctor, and they don't really hear you out or educate you as to why you are feeling or what you're feeling. It's kind of just, all right, you're gonna walk in, here's your prescription, see you later, you know what I mean? So I'm excited
Well,
to be
yeah,
here
so
with y'all.
that's the first thing. You'll see with your physician, your relationship is going to be very intimate. And that helps. Your gut health and what you eat impacts your moods and mental health. And we will unfold that relationship between the food mood paradigm.
Yeah.
So you're really going to get to know yourself at a very cellular, genomic level here at Sydenham, which is a very unique thing. Of course, you have to continue to work with your psychiatrist and your therapist. But mental health is so much beyond that, that it starts with good foundational health. And like we said, the 7 pillars of health. So we will like peel the onion. This is a year-long journey. And thank you for being so open to share your Sydenham journey
Of course.
with our members. So members, if you'd really like to experience Sydenham vicariously through Izzy, like stay tuned into some of the episodes that we're going to be doing, and we're going to be really walking you through what really happens at Sydenham. and you're going to start by, visiting the clinic as a member and sitting with your physician, sharing your medical history, and then the testing is going to start, and we're going to like come up with a blueprint to optimize your epigenetics, which is like, even if you have some genes, you have the remote control. You can keep those genes turned off. Like, just because your father had cancer doesn't mean you're going to get it, because diet, lifestyle, and other factors play a more important role. So your genes are not your destiny. So tell us some things about the impact of doing reality TV on mental health, because a lot of people that we work with are celebrities, right?
Yeah.
And you are a local celebrity here, and you get a lot of attention.
Yeah, I think with mental health, I mean, there's the filming aspect, not necessarily, pretty much just being in front of a camera. You have producers, you have cameras, they take away your phone, they take away TVs, and you're pretty much just focused on filming. So you're kind of just like in this bubble. Obviously, voluntarily, it's what you sign up for, but kind of when it's done, it's like, all right, done with filming, see you later, and it's a bit of a shock. Also, I mean, I've done 2 dating shows, and Love is Blind was the most real and intense one for me, and it's a very pressured.
Because you really fell in love.
Yeah, I fell in love, and the concept of the show is awesome.
So for some of us who who don't watch reality TV,
Yeah.
I don't know Love is Blind. Can you tell them exactly what happened and how you were in that house, and just tell us, like, behind the scenes, what really happens and how they found you? Like, tell us the whole backstory.
Yeah, so I didn't even apply to be on this show at the time. I was, on dating apps here in Houston, and that's how they scout people, because they go to a city. Every season has a different city. So I didn't apply. They reached out, found me, and I didn't think I was going to end up on TV. I ended up on it, and I think the concept of the show is awesome, is because with dating nowadays, everyone's so worried about looks and your body and, the car you drive, restaurants you go to, stuff like that. And the whole point of the show is to take away looks and superficial stuff. And it's 15 guys, 15 girls. You talk to each other behind a wall, and you date for 8 days, and then you propose to the person on the 9th day, and then you see them for the first time. And then after that, you go back home and you live together for a month, and you face the hardships of a relationship, meeting family, friends, parents, finances, living together, how are you going to handle it, going to work, and also just living with a partner that you're not used to. It's not always easy living with someone in a relationship. So you face all these hardships, and it's so rushed into a month, and it gets tough. Like, you have your breakdowns, you have, it's an emotional wear and tear. It's not for everyone, and then obviously, people do get married and it works. But yeah, so it's like all this happens, and at the end of it, you go to the altar, and it's either, you say I do or you don't. And so for me, unfortunately, it didn't work out, but I mean, it worked out for the best in the end. But that's the concept of the show. But I mean, through it all, after it was done, I mean, my mental health was pretty bad, but it was more so, I guess, going through like a heartbreak and like rejection. But yeah, I mean,
and that too publicly, right?
Oh yeah, and then you have the airing of the show, so you have to deal with people trolling you on social media. I've never had people talk about my looks, like talk so badly about my looks, about any little thing you can think of. I would have people bash me. I've had death threats. I've had you name it. So yeah, it mentally does take a toll on you, but yeah, put in some work, so we're good.
And do they provide you with a mental health therapist, like through
Absolutely.
the show and after the show?
Yeah, Netflix and Kinetic, they do a great job. Obviously, producers are there with you. Some of the shows that I've done, we've had on-site therapists if we need to talk to somebody right then and there. And then post-show, they refer you to therapists. You can go and apply for your own therapist as long as it's within budget, and they'll pay for it. So they do take care of us. Obviously, it's a tough process, and it's not for everybody. But I mean, I don't regret it. Like, I've had amazing memories with it, and it's a fun story to tell my grandkids someday. So
of course, and like there's so much that you learned from it and you took away constructively that even though you said you broke down and you hit rock bottom, like you still got up and you showed up and said, I'm going to make a go of 2025. And Sydenham is really here to support you on that journey.
Yeah.
We look forward to that.
Thank you.
Coming back to the alcoholism, how did that start? How bad did it get?
Oh, it was really, really bad. I mean, I didn't think I had an issue, and I feel like that's how it always starts for a lot of alcoholics.
Yes, and please share because,
Yeah.
we all enjoy recreational drinking,
Yeah.
or during COVID, like people, that's what would like that got
That's all
people
we could
through.
do,
Like
yeah.
like okay, fine, work's over. Let's open a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So how did it literally start for you, and
I
when did
mean-
it really become a problem? Because it's not black and white; it's like a shade of gray. Right?
Yes. So I would say, obviously, I did like. I mean, I've always been like a social drinker growing up in college, and I've always been like a fun partier. But I would say probably within the last year and a half, I mean, you can see it on the last show I did on Perfect Match. I am blackout drunk, like the whole time. I'm known for being the drunk, so I was like, okay, it's kind of embarrassing.
So there is
No.
alcohol on the sets. You're allowed to drink.
Yeah, you're allowed to drink. They never pressure us or anything, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, if I'm doing it and then, like, I'm nervous, your nerves get to you, so I'm like, I'm gonna get drunk,
Yeah.
So, and I had an issue with, I didn't know my limits on when to stop drinking. I just kept going until I couldn't anymore, and so, yeah, I would say probably, but then the last year and a half, I can't even remember much just because I was always drunk, and then it turned into substance abuse at times, and so I would rely on that as I'm drinking, and decisions, I would make poor decisions that I would never remember. So I think I kind of just really hit rock bottom. I was hurting the people I loved, the people around me, making an idiot of myself, and financially it wears and tears on you as well. So I woke up one day, my body was just exhausted. I felt like everything was falling apart. I was pushing away the people that I loved, and I was like, I seriously have an issue. So I woke up one day and decided I'm going to stop drinking, and I Googled an AA meeting, and I went and I showed up to AA, and yeah, it was, and that's when it all kind of stopped.
Did you follow through? Did you do the whole 12 steps? Are you still in it?
So no, I don't. So I'm not fully sober anymore. I did it for about 3 months, and honestly, those 3 months were probably the worst. Like, it was great because my body, I wasn't drinking anymore, but also I was just mentally spiraling, although I was sober, facing my true emotions without masking it with alcohol. But I did go to AA, and the 12 steps, you don't really achieve them all so fast. Like, I think for 3 months of sobriety, I probably only made it to like step 3.
Which is progress. It's great.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, through that time, I learned a lot about myself, and I'm super supportive of anybody who goes to AA and who deals with alcoholism. It is really a disease, and it is tough to deal with. Just a day at a time is really how you have to do it. I forgot where I totally went blank. No, but I mean, I went through it, and I learned my boundaries and my limits on when it comes to alcohol and how much I can drink. So now I'm a social drinker, but I'll have 1 or 2 drinks and I'm good, versus half a bottle of Tito's vodka, you know what I mean? Or the whole bottle. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
On
Thank you very much.
moderation, and congratulations on waking up to a more moderate lifestyle. And you're also an influencer for more health, fitness, wellness related topics. So tell us more about all those initiatives of yours and how they came about.
Yeah, so I think obviously I've always had a real active lifestyle. Even since like before the shows, I always loved to work out and I would love to encourage people. But that was another thing with like the alcohol. I just kind of lost sight of that. And I really I would drink so much that I couldn't even have the energy to go work out, or I would, want to eat junk food just because I'm hungover. So 2025 is really the year that I really just want, like, I'm eating clean. I've partnered with My Fit Foods. I watch everything that, that I eat now. I don't drink as much, and I work out just about almost every single day if I can. So,
Well, exercise has almost the same impact in most people as drugs do. So really, the kind of hormones you release, the positive effects of exercise on mental health is just amazing. Like if you can just keep that up, your mental health and depression would also get
100%.
impacted by good exercise. Well, we're excited to have you at Sydenham,
Yeah, I'm excited
and
to be
look
here.
forward to creating awareness around heart health and heart disease together, and also trying to get to know you better at biochemistry level too, like
Yeah.
with the physicians here. But before we end the show, I always ask my guests, what is their secret sutra? So like there is something that keeps making you bounce back, right?
Yeah.
You're resilient and you want to make go of it. What is your secret sutra or your mantra for yourself?
Honestly, I mean, it's true what they say, health is wealth, and I feel like when I actually feel good and how would I say? Health is wealth. If you feel good, you look good, you're just like confident. I feel like it just kind of makes everything, in life, like success kind of just go. When you're in the right mental and physical, state, I feel like everything else kind of falls into place in life, whether it's relationships, work, family. And I think for me, that's what I want most. Is I've been in this dark gray area of my life for the last couple of years. It's like, now I finally feel like sunshine and rainbows, and so I think for me right now it's just to have like a normal, healthy life and enjoy the simple things in life that a lot of people take for granted. And I
That
think
is
that's
so
what I want.
true. It is profound what you're saying, because if you're not feeling good, you can't even enjoy a simple meal. Like you can't enjoy a friend or like little things in life, or nature, or the rain,
Yeah,
or the
a walk in the
sunshine.
park nowadays,
Yes.
it's nice, and
Yeah.
like then I was like, who cares about that? You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I think for me that's what it is more than anything.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
I
of
know
course.
you inspired a lot of people who might have battled with similar situations, for sure. And Sydenham is here to help you in any way, because I think it all starts with that good old family physician relationship and having a strong, intimate team of medical professionals who can help you through your whole life. And that's why I always say health is by choice, not by chance. So please keep tuning into Sydenham for some amazing conversations around health, wellness, and longevity. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thank you for having me.